Hey y'all, welcome back to another edition of DBsCardBlitz. Here with you again, we're going to run through some more of this 2025 Mosaic Hobby Blaster box that I purchased from David Adams CardWorld. We're going to go through 4 blaster boxes today. Also wanted to get back updating with more specifics on the next couple card shows. So the next show I have on my schedule is going to be one of the Minnesota card shows. Not the Minnesota card show, but one of them that they put on. It's going to be January 24th. That is a Saturday. That will be at, ooh, hey, look at that, Cam Ward. On the variation, Mosaic style. Like to see that from your number 1 pick. That's a good start. Variation there. And we're gonna go back to back. Travis Hunter on the red Mosaic. That is our hobby exclusive red Mosaic. That is, I believe, the first Travis Hunter I've pulled out of a Mosaic box. That's cool. That would be our red Mosaic. Followed closely by last year's big winner, Jaden Daniels. It's a nice pack to start off with here, pack number 1. So yes, at the Canterbury Expo Center on January the 24th, I already have my table reserved. I will be there. Looking forward to it. It's a different one for me, trying to branch out just a little bit. Ooh, Ashton Janey, that's a cool notoriety. Sleeve that up. So looking forward to that. That is, I believe, if I remember correctly, that is from 10 until 4. That's in Shakopee at the Canterbury Expo Center. So Canterbury Downs, if you're familiar, up in Shakopee, check that out. January 24th, 10 until 4. I will be there. Over 150 tables. So I'm curious to see what that is like. Robert Brooks, there's a throwback. Followed closely by Michael Irvin on the silver. Jared Verse on the bang. Andre Swift. Chubba Hubbard. Devin Hester. All right. See if we can pull off any more of the what you would call case hits. Maybe we'll find an autograph. Haven't had an auto yet. Rich Gannon. Whew. That's rough. Drake May on the silver Mosaic notoriety. That looks like it's well centered. Looks pretty good. Nice. Calvin Ridley. Earl Campbell. There's a Hall of Fame card. I thought maybe they got rid of those this year. They did not. Okay. More throwbacks. Joe Morris. I have never heard of him. Caleb Johnson on the rookie. CJ Stroud on the Touchdown Masters. I continue to say I love the Touchdown Masters. Just, they look awesome with that extra texture on there. That's a really, really nice touch. Got to give Panini some props when they deserve it, and I think those Touchdown Master cards do deserve it. All right, last pack in our first box. Riley Leonard. Is that the variation? No, that's just a regular Riley Leonard. Rookie for the Colts. Isaiah Davis. Jamar Chase. So this is the Epic Performers The base one, we did pull that red mosaic, so you can see the difference. Just the silver. And here we have another variation, rookie quarterback. Always nice to see those. Khalil Shakir. All right, that was one box, box number 2. So yeah, looking forward to that. January 24th, it is a Saturday, 10 until 4, Canterbury Expo Center. Check. Now this is a bigger show, so you can actually go online and get tickets for the show ahead of time. I don't know if they can sell out or how they do that, but yes, so it is a little bit, I say it likely, it's a little bit different than your Med City sports card, which is free. So I do believe there is admission to be paid. They will have some sort of guest signer at the show. They have not yet announced who that will be, but there will be one. We've got some color in the back here. Let's see what we have. What is this? Let's check out Mr. McMillan, the rookie card. We've got some sort of color. What do we have? This is our red mosaic. Ah, nice. Another Epic Performers. That looks so awesome. With the red from Mr. Lamar Jackson. That is our red mosaic. They just look so cool. That one actually pops a little more. The Jamar Chase, it was the orange background with the Bengals colors. It didn't pop quite as much, but this really goes with the purple. I like it. Big fan, Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning, Aaron Jones. These, kind of hoping we find an insert type of case hit. Haven't, you know, like a micro. Oh, speak of the devil. Look at that, folks. I just spoke it into existence. How about that? We have ourselves a stained glass Jalen Hurts. We're going to go ahead and just put that in a magnetic case right away. We are going to break out the card shells right here, magnetic card case with the soft sleeve 35 point. We are going to throw Mr. Jalen Hurts right in there. Soft sleeve right in there. Mr. Jalen Hurts, very carefully. Slide him in. Again, got to give props to Panini. I think these stained glass cards this year look amazing. Look at that. That is awesome. That is really sweet. I was really hoping to come across one of those. And we're just going to go ahead, throw him in there. And just for... look at that. That's beautiful. Jalen Hurts. Centering looks pretty decent, I think. Looks pretty decent. Not bad. Not bad at all. And Jalen Hurts. Stained glass. That is cool. That's awesome. All right. That's what we were hoping for. We're hoping to find at least one of those types of things. We're gonna we'll just set them down here. That's awesome. Hey, followed closely by Jalen Hurts on the Brazil games regular mosaic. Pretty sweet. Oh man, that's awesome. I am so pumped to snag one of those stained glass. That is awesome. Okay, so there you go. So we have at least one insert case hit. We did pull the honeycomb already, so that's pretty awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, we got some more color. Maxwell Harrison. Bo Nix on my favorite Touchdown Masters. This is the green mosaic. Again, look at how that pops with the texture, the football texture on the back. Oh, I love that. Love it. I've said it many times, Mosaic is my personal favorite line. And that is not probably, well, this may be the last year that I ever have it. A little bit sad. A little sad. Panini not having the licensing. I guess we'll see what happens to all these amazing lines. You know, Mosaic, Prism. So we'll just have to see if they continue them on unlicensed or if they go a different direction. Again, Touchdown Masters. Look at the texture on that football. Nice. Lamar Jackson. Brian Thomas Jr. having a bumpy sophomore season. Oh, man, that is so awesome. Loving that stained glass. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Jacoby Myers. Micah Parsons on the bang. New home in Green Bay seems to be treating him well. At least he would say better than he was treated in Dallas. Man, I am just, you have no idea. I am incredibly pumped with that Jalen Hurts. I am going to go ahead and just slap one of my stickers on here. Yeah, I got a little DBsCardBlitz. And then the nice thing, I should have mentioned this before. The nice thing about the shells, card shells, is they have these glove fit sleeves to go on to go over your. Now they have them for magnetic cases. So this is for the magnetic 35 to 55 point holder. They also have them for top loaders. And these are awesome. They are crystal clear. They are low profile, so they barely add anything to the frame. So as you can see, they still look amazing. And now your magnetic case is protected from all those scratches and dings that you pick up. Look at that. Love, love, love that stained glass. That is sweet. So pumped. Man, I could have just stopped after 2 boxes on this video, but we're just going to go all the way now. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're going to do all 4. Super, super pumped. Man. Those are what you live for. That's what you go for, everybody. That's, obviously we bought the whole case. Part of it's to see how much you really get. Do you come away with more than just a single, honeycomb or Genesis? Here, we got a silver in here. Jaden Higgins, a rookie. And not only that, he's really coming on strong for those Texans who, that's a variation, who right now have a tremendous defense. The offense is not there. I mean, it's okay. C.J. Stroud's been hurt. But no, their defense has been outstanding. Absolutely outstanding this year. Epic performers. David Montgomery. Joe Theismann. Panini has to throw a really old guy in every single pack. If you keep throwing out those stained glasses, though, I'll complain a lot less. Tell you that. Caleb Williams. Xavier Worthy on the silver mosaic. Puka on the Elevate. Another Jaden Higgins, this time on the base card variation. Jake Ferguson. Said it before, these 2025 Mosaic Hobby Blaster boxes. 6 cards per pack, 6 packs per box. Mitchell Evans. Hey, I think this is the first base, quote-unquote, base card I've had of Emeka Egbuka. He is the new star wide receiver for those Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the green mosaic. Pretty sweet. Take it. Followed closely by Derek Stingley Jr. on the Epic Performers green mosaic. That's a nice looking card. I feel like this year they did a lot better job with the design, so the mosaic cards with that mosaic finish actually look better overall. In the past, they've actually looked, some of them have been just hard to read, hard to look at, because they just didn't seem to make the cards look any better, in my opinion. But they sure. Then there's Shadur Sanders, my first base card of the highly touted, somewhat infamous Shadur Sanders. Brian Thomas, again, touchdown masters, look great. Got to be tough for Shadur Sanders in a way. His father, Deion Sanders, an all-time NFL great. So you're always going to be compared somewhat to that. Then, of course, his dad was his college coach, and so even more. We have another red mosaic on the touchdown masters. That's cool. CJ Stroud. That's a bit of a color match with the red for those Texans. Looking good. Nice. Stephon Diggs. Patriots. Jerome Bettis. Odell Beckham. Really, as a Dolphin? That Panini is unnecessary. Why are you putting everybody in their Dolphins uniforms? I think was he with the Dolphins for a year even? Was it a whole year? I'm not even sure. Why don't you just put him with the Rams? Why don't you? At least you won a Super Bowl there. Josh Simmons. Need more lineman rookies. Omarion Hampton. I don't think I've had a base rookie of him. Matthew Golden of the Packers on the variation. Yep, variation there. That's cool. Jadeveon Clowney. All right, we have one more box left. I did get word from Tyler at Med City Sports Cards. Currently on the schedule, the next Med City Sports Card show is not until February 21st of 2026. So mark your calendars. It again will be at Chip Shots in Rochester, 10 to 4. That will be February 21st. I have a table. I will be there. Michael Vick with the Eagles. All right. Well, this has been a fun little trip since we pulled that stained glass. Man, that is. I'm not going to get over that one for a while. That's awesome. Hey, look at that. We found an autograph. I got to say, Panini, these look way better this year. With the Scripps little logo there, it almost looks like a Panini 1 type of a thing. Charlie Kolar, not real familiar. Obviously, some sort of a receiver, probably a tight end. So there is your token autograph of a veteran Again, I don't know much about him, so whether it's worth anything or not, I'm not sure, but we've got another hit, so we will take it. A little bit of Cam. He was off to a very exciting start to his career before his very unfortunate injury. J.J. McCarthy. All right, so back-to-back boxes, we got a little bonus. So we picked up an auto on this one. Pretty cool. Brock Bowers on the Epic Performers. Brazil games. Singletary. 3 more packs. This has been the most exciting of our Mosaic hobbies so far. Too bad that card show was canceled. Somebody would have purchased that box. But here I am ripping it myself because, you know, it's sad that we didn't have that show, and I don't really want to sit on this box for 2 months because, you know, I don't have that kind of self-control, to be honest. All right. Super sweet. Dylan Gabriel on the notoriety. There's another Touchdown Masters in the red Mosaic, Jonathan Taylor. Very cool. The Tank, Bijan, Kendra Miller, and our last pack for this episode. This has turned into a marathon, folks. All right, we got a couple of green Mosaics here. Tez Johnson and Donovan Izraku, perhaps, Cowboys rookie. Kyle Williams, rookie for those Patriots. Kid Reporter, Eric Allen, Hall of Fame, and Myles Garrett. That is it. What an episode. You gotta love that. Jalen Hurts on the stained glass. That is so cool. It looks awesome. And we pulled off somebody probably knows more than I do, Charlie Kolar autograph on the Mosaic scripts. That is not too shabby, but this is what we're hanging our hat on. I think this is really what you're looking for, is the stained glass. I don't know that I have personally pulled a stained glass out of a Mosaic before, so this is a first for me. Have to decide whether or not I'm going to keep it or get rid of it. Looks well centered. Possible grading, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. In any case, as I said, mark your calendars. Next show that I will be attending, Canterbury Park Expo Center, January 24th, 2026. I will be there. I have a table. Check online for tickets and mark your calendars. And obviously, Thanksgiving is over. We're coming into Christmas. Everybody stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget card shells. As I showed you, these super awesome magnetic one touches. They're pretty sweet. Gotta love it. Check them out. Links in the description. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments, concerns, questions. Like, share, subscribe. Love it all. Thank you all for watching again. This is DBsCardBlitz. Check you later, y'all.